welcome to Talk Tantra to me. It is such an honor to be holding space for this divine knowledge to make its way into your ears and lifestyle. Today, I'm going to be introducing you to the 4 types of sex. And the intention of sharing with you these 4 types of sex is to invite you to consider, how have you been having sex up till now in your life? What are the motivations for your sex? What are the intentions of connecting with another individual? And what result is it bringing you? And is there an opportunity to get more, to receive greater expansion and potential from your intimate relationships with yourself and with others? So that being said, to me, there is no right or wrong, reason or rhyme to connect intimately with yourself or with another beautiful being. That being said, I want to empower you with some knowledge and awareness and an invitation to step into, receive all that there is for you in the world of sexuality. So that being said, when it comes to Tantra and sacred sex, it really is all about intention. So we have this eros, this life force, or this feeling of being turned on. And it is the most powerful energy known to humans. It's the force that literally creates life, meaning like our offspring or babies. Yet this life force can do so much more. And in many tantric lineages, it's believed that each sexual act, including self-pleasure, creates an energy, creates an energetic exchange. And this philosophy encourages students of Tantra to channel that surplus erotic energy generated from pleasure into an intention aligned with expanded consciousness. And intentions usually involve, invigorating our life, or conserving our energy for purpose, or manifesting our deepest desires, or letting go of what no longer serves us, or healing, or just capitalizing on our greatest potential for growth. So Tantra teaches us to recognize how these energies move within the body, and more importantly, how to harness them for our desired intention. So it's important to understand that life force energy originates in our first 2 chakras, the root chakra and the sacral chakra, and has the ability to move up our chakra system, resulting in, potential greater full body pleasure or even energetic orgasm. Most of us are socialized to experience sexual energy just exiting out our bodies through our base chakra, or our sexual organs. And this is often called like a peak orgasm, or like a abbreviated climax, or it's just like quick and short, and it's what most of us are used to experiencing. But when we use Tantra, we're able to really go deeper with the potential for pleasure and our intention for sex. So using intention with Tantra, we can really guide the energy up our spine, encouraging bottled up emotions or limiting beliefs to rise through energetic centers and as well, and exit for a more liberating human experience. So a lot of Tantra is about learning to harness the sexual energy by being fully present and slowing down, living a real tantric lifestyle that includes, meditation, ritual, yoga, and other modalities of tantric arts that encourage conscious movement of life force energy. So we're able to more consciously harness and direct this kundalini as desired, especially in circumstances that are inherently erotic or sexual, because that's when a lot of that energy is really going to begin with. So, understanding these 4 types of sexual experiences, these are addressed within, many different lineages. The Ista community, it really teaches in depth about these 4 types of sexual experiences as well. But the 4 types are 1, reproductive, 2, recreational, 3, restorative, and 4, transformational. And any sexual experience could fall under any one of these 4 types of sexual experiences, or it could fall under a combination of 2 or 3 or even all 4 sexual experiences. So the first type of sexual experience is reproductive. So that obviously means to procreate, to make babies, to continue the lineage. So that's the first sexual experience, type of sexual experience. And generally speaking, this is the most valid in our culture. You know, a lot of religious institutions actually say that this is the only type of sexual experience that is okay, is when it is intended to be reproductive. The second type of sexual experience is recreational. And, you know, that is to, you know, enjoy the pleasure and to pass the time and to see sex as like this fun thing that we're doing as a recreational activity. And that's kind of it. It doesn't really go beyond that. It's just for fun. It's just for the pleasure. It's just for the climax, right? Nothing wrong with that, in my opinion, but according to many religions, it's not the case, but I love it. Three is restorative. So restorative is, you know, when you are using sex for healing of the mind, heart, and soul. And to me, I love the idea of sex being restorative because that is so empowering for your ability to heal and to work with yourself. I will often, like, if I get a headache, I'll be like, let me go masturbate and see if it goes away. Or let me see if my partner is interested in sex. I'm feeling a little sick. Maybe we can do some sex magic and, like, you know, move the energy that is creating this sickness. To me, and in many tantric lineages, you know, emotion is energy in motion. And when that emotion is not allowed to move, when that energy is not allowed to move and to be expressed through the body, it creates energetic blocks. That emotion gets lodged, and this creates dis-ease in the energetic body. And if that is not addressed over time, it can manifest as a physical disease. So to me, any sort of like imbalance in my physical body is most likely a representation of something off in my energetic body. So when you're having sex and you're opening up those channels and you're inviting things to come out and to move, you're guiding that energy through your chakra system, clearing and healing, you know, that can be, you know, really, really powerful for healing the body, the mind, the heart, and the soul. So yeah, beautiful stuff. The next is going to be transformational. So this is the fourth. So transformational is seeing sexual interactions as a opportunity to create change in your life, to bring about the potential for shifting timelines. And this is really where sex magic can play in as well in this space, as well as like clearing and transmuting trauma and, you know, channeling the divine, having things like, you know, cosmic orgasms, or, you know, like releasing DMT, having like an altered state of consciousness sort of come into you. This can be like where you lose your sense of oneness, or you lose your sense of individuality and step into oneness. So that's also a really powerful, you know, way to interact. And it could be with self-pleasure and kind of seeing the inner masculine and feminine within you and having sort of a transformational experience that way, or connecting with another and having a sense of like sacred union, which is also super duper powerful and beautiful. And, you know, to me, these transformational sexual experiences are the type where you end in tears. And it's just like such a clearing and such an opportunity to recognize like that there was something within you that needed to be released, or that got to be expressed or embodied. To me, transformational sex can also be exploring new things, exploring new ways of connecting to your body and to your sex, and having different types of orgasms that, you know, shift the way you think about your body and its potential. So there's lots of opportunity here. And again, I just want to really nail in that there's nothing wrong with any of these four. But what is important is recognizing, are you maximizing the opportunity in your sex? Because when we begin to move away from just reproductive and recreational, we see that this life force energy can do so much more than provide like a short experience of pleasure that's like over and then you go on with your life. And it can do so much more than just create a baby. when you start to see the potential to like restore your body and restore your health by inviting in pleasure and expansion, or by inviting in alchemy and transformation, that's when things get really fucking cool for you. And that's not to say that there aren't times where there is an element of recreation, and I hope to one day reproduce. But to me, I also always want to move in with some level of intention to be restorative or transformational in my sexual experience as well, which is why, 9 times out of 10 before I, self pleasure or connect with my partner, we consider, or I consider, what am I calling in? What do I desire? What is the beingness that I'd like to experience during this sexual time? And what kind of beingness do I want to be in the end? So it could be really grounding experience, or I could be calling in a physical material item, or it could be, the intention to release any trauma that's stuck in my body, which is, oftentimes something that we'll do when we're working with sacred spot massage in the Tantra lineages. There's been times where I've been just like really hung up on some conflict in my life, or some self-worth piece, or imposter syndrome. I'll say, you know what, I really just want to get connected to my power and to really feel that power. So I'll go into sex, or I'll go into self-pleasure as a meditation to really feel my power, to feel my process. And oftentimes, as I'm coming into the more heightened states of pleasure, I'll start to have downloads, and I'll start to have like, I'll hear voices that aren't mine, that are giving me support, and that I'm literally channeling divine into the moments. I get some of my best ideas when I set the intention before going into a sexual experience, in terms of, where is the expansion available in my life. So again, this is, I'm sharing these 4 types of sex really to empower you. I think that we live in a world where there is a lot of sex that, feels very casual or even transactional. And it's not to say that that's, again, right or wrong, but what is the opportunity to go beyond that? Is there an opportunity for things to feel really good, but to also have the power to create transformation in your life, or to create a sacred union with another being? And that's really, what we're talking about in this state. So that being said, short little episode here to give you the 4 types of sex, which again are reproductive, recreational, restorative, and transformational. And my follow-up, or my homework for you, is to consider your first sexual experience. Was your first sexual experience, quote unquote, losing your virginity, reproductive, recreational, restorative, or transformational? And then think about the most recent sexual experience you've had, whether it be self-pleasure or partnered intimacy. Where did that fall on the spectrum? And then maybe consider your whole sexual experience, like all of your sexual experiences as a whole. Consider what percentage falls into each of these 4 categories, and take some time to consider that. And then set an intention for how you would like your sex to evolve. What type of sex would you like to be having? And what would it look like to have that type of sex? What do you need to do? What do you need to change, or to shift, or let go of, to have more of that restorative or transformational sex? So get out your journals, take some time to kind of mull over those pieces that I just gave you. If you're desiring more support in kind of shifting and evolving in your sexual practice to become more expansive, to step into more restorative and transformational sex, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I would love to support you in that journey, whether it means working one-on-one together in person and kind of creating a ceremony and a ritual to show you what is possible in your body and how to have these more restorative and transformational experiences. Or we can also get together virtually and, kind of create a mentorship around those intentions as well. So you can check out all those opportunities at my website, www.talktantratome.com. Click the Work With Me tab. There's also some amazing events always coming up, retreats, events, and festivals in Austin. So check those out as well. That being said, thank you so much for opening yourself up to the idea of sacred sexuality. With so much gratitude and love, have a sexy and spiritual day, and I'll catch you next week on Talk Tantra to Me. Ta-ta.